Alright, what's going on, guys? Back with another video. This one is related to actually a video I saw. It was in the related videos of mine, and you know, it caught my attention, and the title's Idiots. You guys hear idiots making cryptocurrency vid. It's time to stop. Why it caught my attention is because I've made a post like this once before in the past. I put it on Reddit. You know, I didn't really publicize it in that, and you know, I thought it was just gonna be some, you know, one guy talking shit about another, kind of like when you guys see me talk shit about Tim Sykes. But it was, you know, I actually liked it. I really appreciated this. So shout out, you know, Doug Polk, a crypto. I don't know the guy. The link is below. You guys go watch that. I really appreciate it. He brought up some points, and what makes me so appreciative is that I've said things like this very similar 7 months ago. I posted on Reddit. It had a very good response, and he's right on target. And you know, I don't want to bag on the other kid, and you know, I see, again, like he said in the video, you know, he talks about, you know, towards the end, this guy, you know, great guy, but he goes over and he goes over, shows part of their videos here, and goes over, again, I really encourage you to watch it. He brings up good points, you know, shows the logic they're using, stuff like that. And, you know, at the end, he even talks about, like, yeah, you know, not to hate on these kids, you see where they're coming from, they're trying to do it. I even encourage them, you know, go and use that influence you guys got and use it positively. And you know, like you said, you know, raise the standard, and that's even why I'm making these videos. I think the post I made a few months ago will explain it. I made this post 7 months ago on the Ripple the subreddit on Reddit, so I'll even post the link if you guys want to read it, but I'll read it here. You know, I said my advice as a professional stock trader and investor, I say, you know, be very careful with what you guys are reading online. I've been pretty active in cryptos over the last few years, and it's sad the negative aspects of the stock market these coins and their communities are adopting. The pumping. I like Ripple, and I'm a long-term investor in the big three: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Ripple. But going over this subreddit and seeing people back and forth just give me flashbacks to all the people I knew who lost money from the Yahoo stock forums. Now, oh, I ran out of memory. But yeah, so like I was saying on here, it reminds me of the people who lost money from the Yahoo stock forums. You know, why I brought that up, I started trading stocks when I was 14 years old. And, you know, I was even telling one of the people in the trading fraternity, Sebastian, he called me the other day. You know, shout out to Seb. Great talking with you, man. And the thing, what I told him, you know, he's asked how I got successful trading, and you know, even is part of that's the, you know, I was trading stocks, options, into the finance world, trading all that well before, you know, Bitcoin even existed, Ripple, all of that. And I told him it took me time, you know, to really become successful. It took me about 3-4 years to actually become really successful trading wise and know what I'm doing and managing the money. And I said the money, I made my money by investing in, you know, I got in by fundamental investing and investing, you know, Apple, Google, stuff like that in 2000, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's when I was first starting to trade. And then 2010, 11, 12, getting into the tech stocks, Facebook, 2014, 15, 16, Amazon, Netflix. You know, I've made my fortune long-term investing in real estate. And then, you know, a lot of people who were in the first couple pledge classes saw me, you know, trade large amounts doing trading. But how it took me about 2-3 years of failing, you know, ups, down, you know, Bitcoin and Ripple and all these altcoins were more consistent than how I was trading. But it took about, you know, about 3 years to get consistent by the time I was 17, 18. And through that, you know, there's stuff like the Yahoo stock forums and all that, where people were, that's how I learned, you know, a lot about, you know, seeing this now, you know, it's easy to call bullshit. You know, I made this post 7 months ago, and you could even just see where Ripple and everything was. And part of that is, you know, you got to see how these scams develop. I got into this as a kid, and even then, that's what's interesting about this video, why it really caught my eye. These are kids marketing the kids, and you know, it's good that they're getting kids involved with trading and that, you know, but it's just very, you know, elementary. So understand that if you're a sophisticated investor, you're older, you're more mature, you know, don't listen. And I don't want to say that, but you know, understand, I guess, how the language is packaged and all that. But these certain behaviors, it's parallels pumping and the negative aspects. But I'll continue on. I said, especially given the low price and high float, XRP is relatable to a penny stock, and it's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Again, understand the emphasis. I invest, I've stated it, I'm a long-term investor, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's not good. So don't listen to what people are saying, because most of the time it's people pumping to reassure themselves why Ripple is such a great investment. Now, this was 7 months ago. Go look how many altcoins and other coins and other things were created afterwards. You know, it's crazy to think that now people are just replaced what I just said. Instead of Ripple, those 4 coins those kids had, any other altcoins people are talking about, you know, unless, like, you know, like he said, were they talking about the technology behind it? You know, are they really involved with this space? Are they looking at the fundamentals, the float, the supply, how it's trading, the underlying features of it, rather than it's low, it's high, I'm gonna buy it, etc., etc. And you know, I said, why Ripple? Again, replace that with whatever altcoin you want. Said, we get it, it's going to be huge, blah blah. I don't disagree. And now I was specifically in this context talking about Ripple. And again, I didn't disagree. 7 months ago, I've said this on Reddit in writing. You guys see my timestamp, the trading fraternity. I knew where this was going to be. You know, I bought in, you know, go look at the price. It was at what? March. This was 7 months ago. It was about March. Is that March, April, May, June, July, August, October, November, December, January? That's about 9 months. So that would be about, yeah, January, February. No, I think it was about March, but either way, I remember I got it in around between, you know, 10 and 20 cents. So you get to see that there, but it's kind of crazy that, you know, I'm telling you my involvement with this, and I just bought and held. Again, that's all I've said. You could tell where my interest was, and I'm not disagreeing with this, and that's what sucks sometimes. Like, that's why I'm making this reaction, is that, again, like even Doug said, I believe, is that, yeah, you know, in the video, it's misinformation, and that's just the only problem. You know, just don't get caught up with it, because it's not like, you know, there's good technologies, good disruptive things, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of bad misinformation. You know, that's why, again, that's why I'm trying to put these out there for you guys. And again, that's why, you know, if I see someone like this Doug guy who's posting good videos like that, you know, shedding some positive light, I would love, you know, love to support that. But I said I don't disagree, but please stop promoting it's so hardcore, forcing noobs to get in and lose their money. This is people's real hard-earned money, and investing in anything is risky. Stick to the facts and share opinions, but don't tout why someone should get in now or how cheap it is. And again, this is even what Doug said in the first part of the video, which is why I'm like, yes, 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 yes. You know, the language that they're using and packaging it is just so, that's why I said elementary. It's just like saying, oh, it's this cheap, it's on fire, it's hot. It's just like, dude, you're using very emotional language. You know, if it came down to sales, that's very salesy. It's just like, stick to the facts. Again, and it's okay to have your opinion, and, you know, if you want, you know, you speak like that, that's fine, I get it, you know. But at the same time, you can say it however you want, but like saying, oh, it's really cheap now, it's this, you know, it takes a lot. You know, when I say I like Ethereum, and I like, you know, I say it's going to go to 10,000 people after I buy it, you know, what's my value? I think it's high. You know, would I buy it now? Probably not. But do I think it's going to go up in value? Yes, in 10 years. I'm looking at the what, not when. So when you're saying how cheap it is, can you define, well, is it cheap now? Or are you saying if I want to trade it in a day, a month, a week, a year, 5 years, 10 years, you know, and cheap relative to what? So again, I finish it off to say, so my advice, if you want to invest in Ripple, buy, hold, and don't look at your account for a few months or years until you gain the financial maturity to follow markets without impulse buying or selling. Sorry if this comes off as unwarranted, as I haven't contributed much to this Reddit or any other forum, but I had to say something. That is how I feel even making this video. I know you guys say all sorts of shit, oh, I don't show my face, this and that, and, you know, you're saying, oh, you're making cryptocurrencies videos, whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying I agree with everything, and like I'm saying, buy, hold. I've said this, I remain consistent. This is how I've, again, made millions off of this, and I've made it very clear. Buy, hold, long-term game. You see the results. That's what I would rather have, you know, these kids on, and that's where I want, you know, the younger guys, encourage you to encourage that. So simple as that. You know, you guys get, again, financial maturity until you have the ability to not impulse buy or sell. That is what I want from you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Like the video, subscribe. Shout out Doug again, thank you for that video, and let me know if you guys have any other questions on cryptocurrency, you want to see any other videos, anything of that nature. Love you guys.